Green Thumb Squad is on the move. So in a previous video, I showed you guys how I put together a garden bed. Now I'm finally getting around to filling that bed up, and I'm also going to go ahead and top off some of my other beds since I have to do a garden install in the morning. Let's get to it. We came out here to work. You eating all the strawberries.
Sorry. Mine.
Look at your little red lips. All right, YouTube family, let's go ahead and knock this out. So I showed you guys on a video before how I built these cedar picket fence garden beds. And so now I'm finally getting around to filling them up and doing some gardening work because your girl has been busy in these gardening streets. So these are 6x3 garden beds. And for the centerpieces, to put them together, you want to simply ask them for what's on clearance or what's slightly damaged that you can get for a discounted price, because you're only going to use them to put the garden bed together and hold it in place. And make sure you tell them what you're doing if you're growing food so that they give you the right type of wood, lumber, whatever you want to call it, so that it's not leaching a bunch of chemicals and different things into your food. Now, I'm not getting into the controversy of, oh, it's made with this now and blah, blah, whatever. You can use garden bed liners if you want to. Just do what works for you. I'm just telling you what I do. And so moving forward, we are really going to be focusing on our warm weather crops right now. I'm going to be taking you guys on a journey with me. I don't care how long it takes to get my pantry together. Now, I'm able to do this pretty affordably because I have a compost facility here. On this trailer is, I think, is a 5x9, and this is 1.5 tons of compost, which cost me about $28. And so if you can imagine what that would cost if you had to buy the soil. And so, you know, if you don't have a means to do this, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, because this is where people sometimes think that gardening gets expensive, and it can, depending on what access you have and what type of resources you have. You know, you may want to find somebody locally that does compost. You may want to start compost yourself. I'm not sure, but all I know is where there's a will, there is a way. And you don't even have to start on a large scale to provide some good nutritious produce and herbal medicine for your family. And so with that being said, we're focusing on tomatoes, peppers, onions, oregano, rosemary, green beans, all the things that I can use to really help to break down our costs, because my daughter and I are 90% plant-based. So we do eat a lot of vegetables. I'm excited to take you guys on this journey with us, because sharing this information, let's not get it twisted, y'all. I'm not a farmer, okay? I am just simply a mom who had to take matters into her own hands when it came to the well-being and health of her child. And so I found what we needed in nature, and I know that if we can do it, that you can do it too. If that is something that you are interested in doing, please make sure that you follow us along so that you can learn all the ins and outs of what we do to help mitigate some things that goes on with our nutrition. And so I'm going to give you guys a little overview of what we have going on in the garden. All the beds are starting to look really nice. I still have about 6 more to complete. And so I'm really being strategic and intentional with the garden space that I do have. Even though I have several garden locations, I want to make sure that I'm getting enough of everything, because my goal initially is to have at least a 6-month supply, and then I will move up to a year supply. And so one tip that I can tell you is that you're going to need about 2 to 3 plants per person in your household. And so you can have reserves, and you can be able to can, freeze, do whatever it is that you need to do. But I hope you guys stick around with us and watch as we continue to grow, as we continue to learn, and as we continue to really embody wellness through nature. So until next time, let's just grow together.